Did not unmute my mic. We're fine. I didn't say anything. What's up, everybody? Turn off the confetti. What's going on here? How's it going? Ooh. What's up, Psycho? Yeah, you're saying you're just hopping here for a minute. That's all good. Get some sleep, brother. What's up, MBG? So I'm just starting there's already an ad. Yeah, so I actually force an ad to play at the start of the stream. Just so that it makes it so that we don't have to watch ads for the first 30 minutes of the stream. And, you know, no one's practically here usually at the very beginning, so why not, right? It's probably the best time to play an ad. But yeah. We're starting today until the end of next month. Subs are discounted. Oh yeah, nice. It's just 6 months? Jeez. Well, I would appreciate it. WoW has been purchased. Let's go. Yeah, I saw you DM me. Man, WoW's bigger than I thought. I mean, it's not humongous, but it is definitely bigger than it was back in the day, you know? I guess now it's like... It's both the main game and classic, and so it's probably a lot bigger, but yeah. Pretty big. Unless those are different. I don't know. But yeah. So the main game has all the... Oh man, okay. Yeah, that's pretty big. Alright, well. Yeah, I do want to buy a WoW. I'll get it probably today. After stream or something. Maybe we'll do a World of Warcraft stream tomorrow. Never played or even seen WoW? Well, let me show you. World of Warcraft is pretty fun. I played it a lot in my younger days when I was like 7. And I sucked at it back then. People got mad at me. It also took like a long time for me to do anything because I sucked at the game. But it was still fun. I still enjoyed it. Yeah, you could actually play with us. It's free until level 20, so... but it's cool. It's just a MMO. You battle enemies and do quests. It's Blizzard's MMO. This is crazy, dude. What? This is a trailer? Is this real life? Yeah, if they put a trailer up like that back in the day, that'd be crazy. Yeah. But yeah, it's cool. I like World of Warcraft. I did have a character that was like level 85. Actually, I think I brought him up to level 90 when Pandaria came out. Pandaria, whatever. But I lost that account. I can't get it back because it was a weird email. So, yeah. It's unfortunately gone. Which is too bad, honestly. So yeah, I'll have to start from the beginning. I don't have any WoW accounts. No, the revenue has gone down. Well, who would have guessed? Too expensive these days. Yeah, man, back in like 2010 and stuff, they were raking in the dough. That was when I played. Yeah. Wait. Oh yeah, they made $1 billion. Wow. It's a lot of money. $1 billion. Man. Yeah, World of Warcraft is fun though. I would love to make a guild and stuff. I don't know how much it costs to make a guild now. I know before it was like 500 gold or something, but yeah. Anyways. So all of these things. Hi, Pipe. Appreciate the people that like the updates. So they'll send a link there. Yeah, so this person was having FPS issues. I said they could send it in the Discord. I don't know if they ever did. But yeah, I want to figure out what their issues are. Because as far as I can tell, everybody that's played the new update has better FPS. Because I did performance optimization. So the drop from 110 to 20 is insane. You know, that's not right. So I wonder if something's weird with their world or something, and so I want them to send it over. And then what is this? Okay, so someone else had that issue. I did potentially do a fix for that. I'll make sure that it does that. Okay, but yeah. Let's go check the death really quick. Just make sure it's not soft locking, at least on my save. $5 on the BBG Steam account? Yeah. I had to put $5 on there, I think, to, like, verify that it's real or whatever when we first did Poker Rocket stuff. So. But yeah, it's up there now. So, Lascal for... I come to stream just say, wow, I'm scared. I'm sorry. Yeah. Screenshots. A lot of these are just screenshots of things that are broken. No artwork. The broadcast. Yeah, I'm hoping to get 8.1.2 up very shortly. I just want to do a few little minor things. Okay. So let's go die and see what happens, because it shouldn't not respawn you, right? That's not right. This save is mega out of resources. Well, it has resources, just out of power. Because what's happening is that this gets clogged up with coal, and then... yeah. I need to figure out a way to handle this. Because I need the coal to go back to the burners, you know? I think that's my problem right now. But it's a little bit hard to do that. Now, I could shift all the machines over, or the furnaces, but then that's its own problem, too. Yeah, this is a tricky one, huh? I don't know how to solve this. Well, you know, it doesn't typically use all the furnaces anyways, so let's do this. Ah, I need more stone brick. So this is where the coal will go first. Yeah. So that should fix my woes. Now the only issue is that this furnace now doesn't work. So I'm just gonna break it. So Also, my game's kind of loud. Hold on. Usually I have it at like half volume. Okay, well that's set up. I just wanted to fix that. It doesn't have anything to do with our testing. I finally did a new save on a map that isn't broken, so... Hello, Zen. Okay, let's go die in the dungeon. I wonder if it's like a new thing I introduced. I don't see how it could be, but... I don't know, let's try it out, right? Well, that seems to work just fine to me. Oh. I didn't do the spawn animation. I had to fix that. Where's the death? Lose items. Oh, I'm not the player. Where's the player? There it is. You know, I'm actually going to close the other tabs. It's about time. You're back. Oh, welcome back. Someone's having issues where when they die, they get soft locked. And I think I fixed it. What I did recently was that I made it so the animation player doesn't rely on that to call the function, because sometimes it's unreliable. Now I just do a timer, which should be pretty, like, should always happen. Yeah, death results runs. I need to go check the... So this is what should happen. So this is when you first die. It does death initiate. Death results happens after you lose your items. And then when you click on the button on the death screen, it should teleport you back to spawn. And respawn you, you know. But it's not like, it doesn't do the animation. So I just need to go look at what the code is in here. Where's the button? Oh, respawn, there it is. Okay, on respawn. It does owner.respawn, so let's go check that. Has died, no knockback, death start. Burn HP. Yeah, I mean, that's all good. It just start pod is wrong. It's probably because of the new position. So let's just do this. It's like collision mask. It doesn't instantiate the escape pod. Escape pod is that. Pod.finish connect. Cutscene lock. Let's try that again. I think it might have just been in the wrong position. Kill me. Okay. One thing, I had to make the player go invisible. Yeah. That's a little funny. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay, that's all worked out. Let me write that down as an issue, though, that I fixed. Fix an issue where the spawn animation did not play when a player dies. Okay. So the minimap is just the same thing used on the world generator. Yeah, it's basically the exact same noise values. So I just have the map as an image, and then it copies the like the seed and all the world settings, and yeah, it just works really well actually. Pretty straightforward. It's still filled with coal. Does the minimap update if the world train change? Does that only happen at the start? Yeah, so that only happens at the start because right now world train can't change. Although I am probably going to change that. Because I do want to make it so you can modify terrain. So yeah, it does not do that yet. But I'll definitely add that though soon. I just had to think about exactly sort of how I want to do that whole thing, but yeah, we'll get there. But yeah. And yeah, the building's updating. Here, I can expand it out so you can see it better. So the building's updating, that kind of has like 2 steps to it. So it first does update all of the buildings on like load when you first load up the game, but it also updates them like live, right? So like if I place down conveyors over here, you can see it updates those. Like you can see the conveyors appear. It's harder to see because it's orange. Yeah, you can still see it fine. But like regular buildings, like a furnace, you can see it pop up right away here. So basically I just have 2 things. I have a call that checks for whenever a building's placed, and then if a building's been placed, it does a redraw. Also, it looks like our deleting isn't working anymore now. That sucks. I'll fix that. As you can see, it's not removing the buildings, although it should be. I'll have to check the code. But yeah. I actually opened the issue on the GitHub for the animation player not running functions sometimes. Oh, okay, yeah, nice. Yeah, because I know you're talking about that at one point. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. It's not doing any of them. Yeah, it's just not deleting any buildings. Then it's not deleting conveyors either. Okay, so I just had to fix it not doing that for some reason. I'm gonna quit out of this save because I lost all my stuff. Okay. Have you thought about how to implement the collisions for boats? Not yet. I mean, I have some ideas of like just changing the collision like mask of the player, you know, so that you can collide with, or you temporarily don't collide with the wall. But I don't know. Yeah, if you have ideas, let me know. I'd love to hear it. Okay. What do I need to fix? That whole business with the mini-map. I don't know why that's not happening, because I thought I fixed that. It did. That issue was happening once before. Oh, duh. It's because it's passing the building name now. So now I have it pass the building object. And that should fix it. I'm gonna just go make sure that that's normal. All right, it's in breakable, right? No, it should be in here. I do pass building name. Whatever, I'll just pass self. Hopefully that works. Yeah, we'll see. I might not be right, but... I'm only doing collisions on the edges of the tiles. So I can show you how that works in 1 second. Using tile map collisions, then you can just create another invisible tile map with reversed collisions. And then switch between the two by deactivating or using collision layers. Yeah. That could definitely work. I mean, once you're in the water, there's no collision. So I think it would be easy just to like have some kind of check for like, can the player activate boat mode? Is there an empty water spot in front? And then do it, you know. We'll go look at that closer in just 1 second here. Did it not save all my new changes? I don't think so, because I died. Oh no, I saved. Okay, thank God. Let me just check this map business. See if that's working really quick. Probably isn't. So I didn't save my settings for that? Oh, I don't have that saved, do I? Let me go fix that. I thought I did, but yeah, I don't have it saved. Whoopsies. So what the heck is this active location? What is that? Where did that come from? Okay. So minimap size is user data.get. Minimap size, and then the default will be just 192, right? Yeah. Same with minimap transparency. So data.get. Map transparency. Default will be 0.75. So let me make sure on that. Yeah, I biffed it. Okay. Write that down as another fix. If you just mess up a bunch, you can make your patch notes look impressive. Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay, it's deleting items again, or buildings. I don't know why it wasn't, but it seems totally fine now. Yes, sirree. Okay. We're good. I wonder what else I can contribute to Starground apart from more translations. Yeah, I mean, fan art suggestions, that's always good stuff. You could also do like, you know, wiki stuff. The wiki is kind of a pain to maintain because there's so many things in the game, but I have had some people go there and then complain that it doesn't have very much info, so, I mean, that's always something. If you want to, though. Obviously, you don't have to do any of that. Well, if you're in water, there are collisions with the land, but if you only have collisions on the edges, then you don't even need to change collision shape. Just move the player to the water. Yeah, like, that's exactly the thing. Like, it shouldn't be too hard, because I basically just have to say, move the player into the water, and if you're in the water, do a funny little boat animation instead of walking. Right. So, yeah. Because, yeah, I only have... I'll show you the tile map. It's in level. Basically, yeah, the only things that have collisions are all these. So if we go to the tile set mode and then go to paint on physics layer, you can see where the physics layers are, right? So it's all just on the tiles that are edges. And it's only one on these because it's like an animated tile, and so you don't paint it on both. It's weird how that works, because it counts as like one tile, I don't know. But yeah. These all have collisions. So, and it's just the edges, like, these don't have any, and the water isn't actually tiles. So the water is just a big image. And so that doesn't have collision either, right? So it makes it pretty easy. Yeah, there are all these little tiny... That's all thanks to Zen. Zen was the one that actually did all these tiles, and this lets us do every single shape possible, right? Every configuration, which is kind of absolutely necessary for procedural terrain generation. So I'm very thankful that we have this all set up. Yeah, you are crazy. Honestly. But yeah. But yeah, that's kind of the thing I'm tackling with right now. It's like, how do you enter your boat, you know? Yeah, because like we could have it be like Minecraft where you place it down and then you right click it to enter it, that kind of thing. You know, and that could work. It wouldn't be a bad idea. It would help solve a lot of issues, like the issue of getting past this, because I can just say, oh, the boat's here, we'll right click it and you're good, right? So that's definitely one option. The other option is basically treating it as not like a building you place down, but just something that the player has the ability to do. So maybe you walk up to the water and press shift or something, and then it activates this boat enter animation, and then now you're in the water, you know? So yeah, I don't know. I mean, if anyone has suggestions on that, you know, tell me which one sounds better. And I'll probably make it so just that when a player's in a boat, it can't be broken. You know, if we do the buildable boat type beat. I don't know. Should be impossible for players to die in the boat. I'll have checks just to make sure the game doesn't crash, though, if that ever does happen. Because you never know what, like, modders might do if that happens. Pulling back to beginner status in programming. Oh man, I don't think you really forget programming. Like, it might feel like you do, but I think if you actually got back into it, you'd remember everything pretty quick. Man, I've got too much coal. I have to start storing it. Yeah, I want that storage hub building. It's actually be kind of nice for this area, I'm not gonna lie. You guys probably don't know what I'm talking about, but I'll explain it. Starground, make a whole new game that branched out from the original. Yeah. I think the repository is hidden, but you could always decompile it illegally, right? Yeah, that'd be good grounds for a lawsuit. Nah, I wouldn't sue anyone. Are we gonna pull a Pac-Man and loop the world if you go off screen? I'll probably just have an invisible border. You know, like on the edges of the map where you just can't go past it. Because, yeah, I mean, we could do, like, you wrap around the world, but, you know, I can't really do it seamlessly, though. That's the thing. Because the problem is that the texture won't, like, the edge of this texture over here isn't going to line up with the edge of the texture on the other side. And also, like, the oil's in different positions and stuff, and so as soon as you teleport, you're going to see, like, I've just teleported, you know? Like, it's not gonna be seamless, unfortunately. So yeah, I'll just have it so you can't go past the very edge. You know, which I think is fine. Also, what you say here? Don't really need this, but like some languages put the names of players on other parts of the text. Oh yeah. That's fair. Yeah, I don't think many of them do, but yeah, that's definitely a good point, though. We can add that as a translation key, because it should be pretty easy just to change that. Honestly, it'll probably be easier than how the code is now. So, yeah, feel free to put that. I think everyone has access to the keys now, so feel free to just put that down. Just do like all capitals key underscore player underscore name. That's kind of how I do the keys and how I do replacing things. So yeah. Jumpy just like GD5. Yeah, dark color water symbolize super deep water they can't go through. Yeah, I could do that maybe. It wouldn't be a terrible idea. Or maybe we just have a little funny thing that happens. Like if you go too far, you see like a Kraken tentacle come out of the water, and it's like, all right, can't go past that, you know? All right, so any votes on boat stuff right now? Do we want to be able to craft a boat and then place it down as a building? Or yeah, we're gonna do a poll right now, guys. Get ready for this poll. Are you ready? Oh, after the ad, hold on. Man, like our clog memory source there. Yeah, I need better, faster belts. Let's bring this back down to some of the sizes. There. I need to improve all the sliders in the game. It doesn't tell you a lot of things right now, like what is the number of this and the number of this and stuff. And so I want to do that. I also want to make it like this. I don't know why I haven't lined it up like these sliders. These are nice, right? Because it's all like a consistent size. These are not nice. Because they're all like, you know. I should make big flat 2 as a different save. I could do that. I'm gonna save this one and then do big flat 2. So here's how you do big flat 2. Big world size. Big water level. Just like that. All right. What? Is there water? Oh, no, this is the mini-map is funny sometimes with the water. This is big map, too. What's the edges of the water looking like? It is right up against, huh? You can see it over here. Yeah, this is big flat too, alright. Oop. Yeah, that's crazy. Sorry, like it on the first one. Yeah. Okay, ad is over. Let's do a poll. Boat comes to in game after like 20 days and it crashes. That would be cool, but I do want it to be buildable though, you know, for other planets and stuff when we eventually get to that. There's probably going to be 2 people voting in this poll, but you know, let's do it anyways. I can't type it in. The responses are so short. Ah. Okay, hopefully this makes sense. We'll just give it 1 minute. Okay, poll has started. Vote in the poll. It's probably just gonna be a tie. Wish there's a dupe glitch still in the game. Yeah. And I think I've removed them all, which is probably good. So make a mod, increase world size up to... So here's a little secret. You can actually do that super freaking easy. So if you want to make a world size that's humongous, here's all you have to do to mod it. Ready? Go to the slider, increase the max value. That's it. Now we can make a world size that's 2048. It gets stupid, right? But it's funny. Oh god, here we go. This is gonna take like 10 minutes to load. Oh. Yeah, this will take a minute. Make sure I set that back down to 256 though, because yeah, it's not supposed to be that big. This size is ridiculous. With like resource spawning, you're gonna see my game is gonna slow to a crawl. So at a certain point, it's kind of like, if I'm ever gonna add worlds like this, I have to do chunking. There's no other way to do it. So, yeah. I don't think I'll do chunking though, because that's just a hassle with automation. It's taking a while, isn't it? It's not supposed to take this long. Imagine you were playing a game and it took 10 minutes to create your world. That would suck. Is it doing anything? I mean, it must be, right? We'll trust it. Hey, Casper Dragon Wolf, what's up? Welcome in. Hey, teammate. Yeah, are you also in the indie game dev team? That's epic. Yeah, I joined that a little bit ago, and Adagon invited me, so that's cool. It's crazy how many people are in that now. There's 80 people, which is insane. Oh god, don't play. That's cool. Oh, just make the rounds one of the founders. Oh, awesome. Nice. Exploded. Yeah, it's crazy. Because I joined back when it was like 15 people, I think, or something. There really wasn't that many. And a month later, I'm like looking back and I'm like, what? We're almost at 100 people now. I was like, what? I don't know what happened. Yeah, it's crazy. Just do chunking, but have the ones that do not have any automation in it, including the collector radius, be turned off. Well, it's easy to say that. To actually do that is a whole nother story, right? So, I don't know. I just don't think the game needs that. I think what I would do is just have other planets that you could build on, right? And that's kind of the solution to all that. Yeah, definitely easier said than done. I do have a plan for another automation planet cooking up in my brain. And I think I know what I want it to look like. Which is good. Don't believe in Godot if it has the white bar. It thinks it crashed. As a lot of loops do that out of print statement or new thread. Yeah. Yeah. Does it? What does it show in here? Right. I mean, it's fine, right? It's still running. Well, let's set a timer for like 2 more minutes. And if it doesn't go after that, I think we're good. Let's create a new timer. All right. Okay, buy Ace. I will buy World of Warcraft. Also, meeting at 8 your time now, because Max said he's not going to the birthday party. So, sure, what's up? Yeah, I'm making, working on Starground. It's out on Steam right now. I guess I best describe it as a sandbox game, but it's really a combo of automation and dungeoning. So you can, like, build a factory and do all that stuff and then go fight enemies. So, yeah. It's interesting. I saw that a review got deleted. I don't know. I think someone just removed the review for some reason. I don't know why, but it doesn't matter. We hit the 50, and so that's, you know, what I wanted. Because now it says very positive, which is epic. Should pull Pac-Man. This is a round world. No, it's canonically a flat Earth. That's the lore. So, hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah, what was the results of our poll, by the way? How do I even view that? Oh, here we go. View results. So, hey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Okay, yeah, so only 3 votes, but Boats' building has beaten. So we'll do that. I think that's kind of what I was leading toward anyways, because it seems like it's not going to be too bad. Let's get it overwhelming positive. I hope one day. The problem that it needs 500 reviews to be overwhelmingly positive. So that's crazy. Whoa. I muted Spotify for some reason. I guess it just does that. Yo, this beat goes hard, guys. I think this is the new stream music. Okay, let's dismiss that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it's loading. I think we've gone too far. Our hubris. So let's just, yeah. This is why I don't let people make boats this big, or worlds this big, because it just dies. Am I flat earther? Oh yeah, dude, you know it. I'm a hardcore flat earther. The notion of a round object just doesn't make sense to me. Even like a ball, I mean, it's got to be flat. It's just a trick of the eye, right? A perspective trick. That's what it's got to be. Actually, talking about the beach ball, Oh, shoot. You know, MBG just brought up something that's a really good point, and I think it's gonna break. The minimap, yeah. How much is the game? So it's already out on Steam. You can buy it right now. It costs $10 on Steam. So feel free to check it out. It's localized for whatever your region is, though, so... But yeah. It is available now. I do need to change the description so it says buy instead of Wishlist Starground, so I'll do that at some point. I have copy ready, yeah. Okay, what was I gonna check? Oh yeah, beach ball. That's definitely gonna break everything. Yikes. See, because you see it placed down, and then I'm gonna move it, and then when I break it, it doesn't delete it from the map. So you can just spam beach balls and then move them, and then it's broken. So yeah. Thanks for bringing that up. I think I'm gonna make it so beach balls just don't appear in the map. I think that's the solution. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the minimap code and just say, if your beach ball just like, don't do it. Let's go to the pong ball. Okay, we already have a class for that. So if building is beach ball, now because of funny Godot, you have to do it like this. Well, I can't wait for the is not keyword, honestly. So as long as you're not a beach ball, then do all the other stuff. Then you're fine. Then you're good to go. So let's check that one more time. Yeah, we're fine now. Well, appreciate the mention of that. We're gonna mark that down. Sure, beach balls would render on the map and never de-render. Okay. I feel like beach ball, just don't do it. Yeah. Yeah, well, not equals is different from is, right? It's odd. Basically saying not equals is, are you, like, not equal to the instance of a beach ball? It's very weird, but they're not the same thing. Right. It's quite weird. Because is a totally different thing. It like checks the type and compares types. Not equals just compares the value. And so I think this might evaluate to true. And so basically if true is not equal to true, right? Which doesn't make any sense. So yeah, when comparing types, you just never use equals or not equals because it's weird. I don't think it's updated. I haven't checked in a minute, but you know, hey, maybe it has. Who knows? Yeah, not yet. Oh wait, 4.3. Never mind. I think we're probably fine. Espresso bits. Is this a different one? Oh. Well, I don't know. This is a whole different thing, though. That's odd. Did they drop support for the multiplayer peer? Because that's pretty crazy if they did. Like, if I go here, like, what's the business with this, right? I don't even see it in here anymore. Multiplayer peer. 2 weeks ago. These brick piles are built in new Godot 4.3. So it does, it's still here. So this is the newest one. I do worry about like stability stuff with this right now. I might wait a little bit longer, you know, maybe a few more weeks just until I swap over to this because I don't want to run into issues, right? So. Yeah, I think I'm on like 4.8 or something, or one of these. I mean, none of these changes are really that big, so it's not worth it to move to it yet. I will do this though, absolutely. And also, it's just a whole thing right now if I swap because all the tile sets will break, and it's gonna be a lot of work to fix that, and so I'm gonna hold off on that. But yeah. I thought I saw this game featuring Stay Home Dev. Yeah, it was a little while ago, which is awesome. Yeah, there's the link for that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, we didn't win any, we didn't get the, whatchamacallit. Oh yeah, it was 4. Yeah, this is back when the original date was the 31st, which isn't anymore, but yeah. It's pretty cool though. Let's go. But yeah. Cool stuff. There's a lot of people that said they like what Starground's looking like, which is awesome. Yeah, this was a nice boost to wishlist count for sure, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, I got some comments. New copyright notice. Uh-oh, guys. This guy's using our copyright. Yep. I think I'm gonna sue this guy. No. I won't, I'm joking. It's funny that I can see these though. It's weird, you know? Also, yeah, there's that other comment. Oh, you can see my stats. I don't care. I haven't uploaded Devlong in a while. I need to. Oh yeah, this person is just saying epic stuff. Why is this unlisted? Not gonna reply there right now. Anyways, yeah. Yeah, we will move to this soon. I just have to prepare myself for the reckoning of changing all my tile sets. Usually it's not a big deal for people, but for Starground with all the dungeons, that's gonna take a minute. That's not gonna be that easy. So yeah. Do I get monetization from it? I don't think so. Which is kind of stupid if you think about it. I should, right? I should get money. It's probably just because I haven't claimed it, right? Like, I would only get money if I actually, like, did something about it, right? Yeah, I don't get money from it, so... That's fine. Yeah, I do need to, put videos up. It's just hard. It's hard to work on the game and also make devlogs, you know? Editing is a pain. It takes a long time. Because it's not even just the editing, you know? It's the preparing all the footage and planning out what the devlog is about and just all the other stuff that goes into it. And so it's hard. You know? I don't know. I'd love to put devlogs out all the time, but I just can't do it. I can't do that and make games and edit it. It just doesn't work, you know. The only way I'm going to be able to really make consistent devlogs is to have someone else edit them all. So yeah. I'm gonna attempt getting a strike by ship percent speedrun. You just have to copy, like, take one of my videos and just re-upload it. I mean, that's what the trailer ones are. Just take the trailer and re-upload it as Starground trailer and you're good. Yeah. Should do the dungeon tiles. I mean, there's not really much to do. It's just me having to redo all the layers as individual nodes, you know? Because there are a lot of layers. There's like the enemy layer and stuff. It's actually, I'm kind of glad though, because that means I can do it more dynamically. It'll be better, but man, it's still going to be a whole thing though. So, you know, we'll get to it. I'm going to get this update finished, but then after that, I think it will be time to move to Godot 4.3, because I would love to. I would love to get all the new goodies. It would really enhance my programming. So. But yeah. Perfect PG. Yeah, it is. I mean, you know, I've got to make sacrifices somewhere, right? I can't stream, make devlogs, develop the game, like, all at the same time. It's just too much work. It gets to a point where you kind of just have to choose your battles. Something will have to give if I do all of it. And I don't want that to be sleep. That's usually what gives, right? So, yeah. I would ideally like to sleep a little bit. You're looking for an editor? Maybe. Ace said he would edit devlogs. And so I'll probably have him do it, but I mean, you know, I'm not opposed to offers, right? The thing is now there's actually like a financial sort of incentive, right, to make devlogs, because if a devlog does really well, that could translate to sales, you know? So I wouldn't be totally opposed to paying people to edit. You know, it wouldn't be a whole massive budget. It wouldn't be like, I'm gonna pay you $500 to edit. No, but, you know, $30 per video, something like that. I don't know. I'll have to figure out like really what I want to allocate for that, but you know, just so you guys know, that is a possibility. I do want to wait a little bit longer and wait until I actually like have some more money in, and I'll probably just do a few initially paid to see if it even is worth it. Or I guess I'll probably do a few free, honestly. But yeah. But if anybody's interested, let me know. Also, Meow Mew, Lemieux, welcome in. Yeah, this is Starground. It's like Factorio meets Forgery. Yeah, I appreciate it, yeah. Yeah, I'm just kind of working away at little minor things. I do want to work on faster, or like a research for movers and then better undergrounds and splitters, so we'll probably be doing that. I'm not on 3.5, I'm on 4.2, so it's not that massive of a jump to 4.3, you know. It's just all the tile set stuff, because I have a lot of dungeon rooms with tile sets, and it's just going to take forever to go through all of those. Because I have all these, and these all have their own unique tile sets, right? So it's going to take a minute. I have to change all of those. And I know there's like a built-in tool, I think, to convert it, but it's still going to take a while, though. So, yeah. For Dale right down. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you're interested, let me know. Oh, they are? Okay. I mean, I would want to update them, though, anyways, because the new tile set system is arguably better. I hate how the tile sets are now, where it's, like, kind of weird and tucked away where the layers are, so... You know, even though I technically could just keep the same tile sets, I think I definitely want to change them, though. Yeah. It would really make a lot of things easier. So you get separate tile sets might actually be easier if you convert? Yeah. Could be, I don't know. Yeah, hopefully it's not too bad. I mean, I think it won't take me that long. Just a day or something, you know, but yeah. I want to not do that now, though, because I want this update to be up either today or tomorrow, right? So, because it does contain some fixes for big issues people are having, and I really don't want to delay that. So, like with the death spawning business being weird, so yeah. I just have a bunch of other things in here. A lot of this isn't like, things I'm definitely doing or anything, but I just have them written down. Drive power pole. Yeah, this is something I really want to do right here. Put some funny brackets to highlight it. I want to do tiered research upgrades for movers so that they can keep up with faster belts, right? So we'll probably do that. You're on 2 days for the tile set? Yeah. Yeah, that took forever. Put all my tiles in one single tile set. It took a hot minute to make separate tile sets to only use the ones I needed for each tile map area. Yeah, I'm assuming it's not going to be too bad. I am very glad that there is the ability to convert them like that. That's gonna make it pretty easy. Frick around and find out biofuel. Yeah, I have some ideas for that. Add snooze. One thing that I've seen a lot of people complain about is how similar biofuel looks to iron. You know, and I totally see it. Like, obviously, they're a super similar color, and when they're right next to each other, it's like, oh, which one is which? You know. So I do want to change how biofuel looks. It's just, biofuel is hard. We've changed this texture a lot before. It used to look a lot like wood, and people complained about that. And so I changed it to now, and now people complain about how it looks like iron. So, yeah, it's difficult. I don't know if anyone has any good ideas for it, right? But if so, please let me know. We can go open up the biofuel sprite and see if we can come up with something. Where is it? And here, sprites, items. Biofuel. Okay. So this is the sprite. I think we got to give it eyes and then a mouth. I think that's new biofuel. Yeah. No. Make like Satisfactory's biofuel. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of almost the thing I went for. You can probably see the similarities between the two. Right. I did try to make it striped, but it's just hard with how tiny this sprite is. You know, it's like, how do you really make it striped? And, you know, I could do that, but it starts to get really noisy, and so I just got to be careful with that. But yeah. I don't know, because this is what biofuel looks like in real life. Like, this is real biofuel. Biofuel briquettes. Right, so it's like these, like, pellet type things. I'm considering making them, like, green. You know, I think that might help a lot, just because it's a totally different color from iron. So, I'm definitely considering that right now. Some biofuel has that little like hole in the center, and so maybe I'll do that. Yeah, I don't know. These are like bricks. I mean, maybe we do like a square variant, you know, with the holes in the center. I mean, who says it has to be a cylinder, right? So let's mess around with some designs. So what if we go full square, right? And this would just help us like shape it a little bit better. And we could have like hollow bits in the center, but I don't know. You know, I'm just messing with ideas. This is obviously not what we're actually doing. Just seeing like what could potentially look good, you know. I think that looks stupid. Don't get why there's a big round blob in the middle. What is triangle? I can tell there is one on top of the other two. Yeah. Well, that's kind of partially the problem with the sprite, right? Is that it's confusing. So, as much as I'd like to do the triple stack, I just don't think it works. I think the sprite's too tiny. So I think we needed to basically take the wood and flip it the other way, like this, and just do one briquette, you know? I think it's really the only way that this is gonna look right. And maybe we'll do a square briquette, kind of like this. I don't know. This is just ideas. It's all ideas. We just gotta mess around and see. You know, frick around and find out. That's what I wrote down. So this is like one option for biofuel. Obviously, it's not gonna be this color. But then we could have like the circle thing in the center. Now it's weird because it's like offset. Right, which is weird. But we could do like that. So this is one vision for Starground biofuel. Now, I don't know how I feel about this, you know, but it's a possibility. And yeah, like I was saying, we could probably make this kind of green. I don't want it to be like ugly blinding green, but it could be. What I'd probably do here actually is swap these colors. So I do like this. And then take the darker colors here. Because it makes sense on the log, right? Because the inner is brighter, but no. I wonder if I should redo the Starground texture. So you could if you want. I am definitely considering doing some kind of texture pack ability, though, you know, so that you can add in more sprites. Because I'd love people to be able to actually do real texture packs. I think it's always a really cool thing. Right? I don't think it'd be too bad. I don't know. Like to implement, we'll have to see. Okay, so this isn't like too bad. It's just I feel like I need to change the colors for this to truly be distinguishable, you know? And I also want to just pull up all the other sprites, right? So I'm going to pull up wood, biofuel. And I just want to look at how these like all compare to each other. So let's expand the canvas size on this. Let's just make it humongous. So this is wood. This is the wood we all love and know. Oh yeah, we also had to pull up iron, I forgot. Then here's iron. So yeah, these two are definitely too similar. Then here's biofuel. So this is what biofuel looks like, the new one. Now, it's definitely a lot different from the old one, which is probably good. I guess the test is like, are these three all easily distinguishable? Right? Do these all look different enough from each other? And I would say yes. This biofuel definitely is more, like, the shape is different enough from the wood to where I don't think it's very easy to confuse these two, right? It looks very different. Because it has the hole in the center. Now, if it didn't have the hole, this is very similar to what the very first biofuel sprite looked like that. But I think with the hole in the center, it definitely changes the vibe of it more. So yeah. I think this will probably work. It's all up to you guys. What do you think? And we could even maybe do a, now that the sprite's bigger, we could do like a line. Right? So we could go like that. And have that like seam in the center. You know? Yeah. One pixel on the top left, this one. Get rid of it like that, or I think it's better with it because it smooths out that back. Because this is sort of rounded here, and so that's why that's there. Let's see, what would this look like? I think it's good like that. Now, unless we just went full rounded like that. But nah, it's weird because that's like not like that, so yeah. But I think this looks pretty good. I wonder if we should do like a shine here. Nah. I try to keep the textures relatively simple. Alright, I think this looks good. This will be the new biofuel sprite. Goodbye, old biofuel. You were loyal. Now you are gone. Okay, so let's save the game and let's load it up again and see what it looks like, right? Because I feel like that's probably important to actually see it. Also, I'm going to go ahead and close out some of these scenes also, because it starts to get a little slow. Close other tabs. I forgot to change that name thing. That was temporary. Let me get rid of that. Okay. Too many scenes? Well, I think it's better to have a bunch of scenes than too little. I don't want things to be laggy. I thought I updated that version. Hold on. There we go. So yeah, the biofuel more like, this is kind of my reference. It's way more similar to this style instead of the cylinder ones, right? Which I think is fine. Let's be able to distinguish things. All right, this one. Let's see what this looks like. So that's the biofuel. What do you guys think? I think it's better. Yeah. I think it'll do. Yeah. All right. Any other texture suggestions about stuff, you know? Because it's really easy to change these textures. Everyone says the apple looks like Among Us. I mean, I do see it. It's just funny. Any other textures in the whole game that you guys don't like? I don't like the player texture. Change it, please. That would take forever. Oh, like any of them. Change them all. We probably won't be doing that, but yeah. Dude, 30 realistic ray trace textures. Yeah, I'm gonna render everything in Blender as a 4K texture and then put it back into the game. No, we probably will not be doing that. So many texture packs for Minecraft. Oh, nice. Now, one thing I will say about this, since everything in the game is a 2D image. So what that means is that doing a texture pack, you can't really change the resolution of them, right? Because it's different in Minecraft. All the textures map to a region. So like a block, you just take the texture and you put it in this square. It's not like that in this game, though. These sprites don't really have a boundary. And so if you make these sprites super realistic, high-res things, right, then it'll just be massive in the world. So that's the only thing I have to say about texture packs. I think a big super cool logo that says MVG. Yeah, in MVG production. I should totally do that. Massive boy games, yo. That's crazy. Okay. Well, everything's looking good so far. We've done it. We fricked around and we found out. Okay. What I would like to do also is work on all the logistics stuff. So as you know, we have the logistics tab. I would like to change. So I want to add more variance to these things. I want to keep the mover and long range mover, just as you know how they are now. You gotta head out, MMG. All right, sounds good. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day. One final cheese time. Alrighty. Yes, goodbye, gift. Cheese. 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 Let's go to the enums. There it is. New research type drop. So I'll explain what that will be for and how it works in a minute. Let's vibe out to the cheese time for a minute. Take a breather. All right. We've done it. What's up, Cave Raider? How's it going? Okay. Anyways, tiered research. This is a new thing I want to add. As many of you have probably noticed, was I anything for the follow? When you have a V2 conveyor and a mover, it's too slow, right? It just takes too long to actually put the items through, and so you end up bottlenecking anywhere that you have a mover. And same with the underground conveyor. It's kind of a big issue. And it's not really a problem early game, but late game when you have crazy setups, it really does slow things down. You know, like you can see the belt stuttering because this is taking too long to actually move items. So I want to change that. I want to add a research that makes movers faster. I've thought a lot about this whole thing, and we have two routes. We could make it so that there's just mover V1, mover V2, mover V3, and that kind of sucks, right? I don't really want to do that. So I think what I'd rather do is just have upgrades for the mover and long-range movers so that they get faster over time, right? And so I want to do tiered research where it's like, if you put in these resources, now the mover is fast enough for a V2 conveyor, you know? And if you upgrade it again, then it's fast enough for a V3 conveyor, which I will be adding today, hopefully. But yeah, that's the whole idea. Yeah, I want to upgrade. I want to have more variants for the underground conveyors too, because it gets really annoying when it's slow, right? It's too slow when you have V2s going into it because it's only a V1 conveyor. So the plan for today is to add in a tiered research for all movers so that they get faster, and then also add in V3 conveyor and V2 and V3 underground conveyor and V2 and V3 splitter. So all of them. You make the V3 conveyor be 2x2? I probably would not do that. Oh god, a big massive conveyor. It would be kind of funny, but I won't do it. Okay. Maybe there's just big buildings that move big items with big conveyors. No. But it would be kind of cool, maybe. No. Get that idea on my head. Nah, we can't do that. That would be stupid. It's funny, but stupid. V2 collector. Maybe. I don't know if I want to do a V2 collector. I think what I'd rather do for that is do like upgrade modules for machines like that. So yeah, that's probably what I would do. So it's basically like an initial cost for the collector, but then if you want to actually make it better, you have to build all your upgrade modules. Okay, so, I mean, let's get started on this. Let's work on adding the tiered research first. It's not going to be that easy because there's a lot of things I'm going to have to change for this, actually. But, you know, I want to do it, so... Hey, what's up, Badagon? How's it going? Okay, so let's add a new research. It'll just be after this one, which will just be... mover speed. So the thing is that this will have, like multiple tiers, right? So it'd be weird. It would be kind of like an infinite research, but not fully. Okay, so it won't have any cost multiplier, but we'll have an effect increment, which will just be 1. Because basically every time it'll be adding on top. Now let me make sure this makes sense. So say speed is 2. We say it's to the power of 2. That goes up to 4. We say it's to the power of 3. That goes up to 8. We say it's to the... yeah. So that'll work. And then if it's 4, it should be 16. Yeah. That's essentially what we want to do here. Now, for tiered research, we want to have multiple, like, levels of input, right? Then this, we're just going to say... So input, we're going to have to change it to like some other kind of system. Does definitely get complicated, right? I guess basically we do another array of each like level in here. So this is like level 1 here. And then this down here is level 2. Now, I don't know how this is all going to work in the code, right? That's like the thing that we're going to have to figure out. And then level 3. So right now I'm actually just going to have level 1 and 2. I don't know when we'll go to level 3, if we will ever. Maybe eventually, right? But this is already going to be a pretty big increase, so... Okay, so the first level I want to maybe have it use... yeah, like the things that it takes. So like a gear, maybe a processor. I want these to be relatively difficult researches because they're permanent and they affect a lot of things, right? So I want them to be kind of like, you know, not easy. Processor. And then level 3 is going to be way crazier. Or level 2. That we're going to have to really think about more. That's going to be a whole thing. For now, I'm actually just going to make these recipes really cheap, though. Although I will return them back to their amount after it. Okay. Yeah, so this is going to be really hard. There's a lot of things we're going to have to change here. See, because I have all these checks for like infinite research. So then we'll just say elif research reference dot type is equal to research types dot tiered. Then we do it differently. It's kind of similar to how it does with the infinite research, but it's just slightly different. Right. What do you mean there's no type tiered? It's right there. Tie red. That's how it's spelled. We're probably gonna have to reload the project now. Gotta love it. So what I wanted to do is, I do want it to increment in level, right? Okay, so we're going to say item progress is less than, instead of all this business. It's going to be very similar to how this is, right? For ion input. But it's different. Because we're going to have to have another for loop. So for... Let's see. That's for every single thing in there. Research.input. So for JN, research reference dot input. Then we say if item progress is less than... Oh, actually, no, we don't do that, so we do this. Oh, we will have to do that. Ah, see, it gets a little funny with this. Do wish Godot had the same thing as Unity, where the editor scene, where you can see the player moving about. Oh, yeah. That would be cool. Yeah. It's okay, though. So we say for I and research reference input. So this means it'll loop through every level. But the thing is that if it's not the right level for tiered research, then it's funny. Right? I guess let's just say this. Right? So if it's tiered, do our own method. Otherwise, do the looping. Right? Because that's really what we need to do. And then we can say, right, like... let's see here. For I in research reference dot input. So this is basically loop through... Oh wait, well we just want to say this. Loop through all ingredients and given tier. So we want this to be the level, right? Which will be that. So we basically say research dot level. Yeah. And this is getting the item progress. Okay, yeah, this does get tricky, doesn't it? And then we kind of copy what this is. So this is getting every single thing here. Okay, we do this. So for J and research dot input for the research level. Then if J is that, okay. Then we can say I dot amount. Then done is false. Okay. So this should work. Basically, the idea of this is that, okay, if the research type is tiered, then instead we're going to loop through each thing in our current research level. So if it's 0, it's going to be that first tier of research. It's going to loop through every item in there. So it's basically going to, if we go back to our global script, right? In, once this loads, in here. So it's just going to say, okay, we're level 0 or whatever, level 1, loop through here. And it checks the ingredients in this research only, right? So it checks it. If it's less than the amount, it's not done, you know, basic stuff. So that should be set up. There's going to be a lot of this that we're going to have to run through to add this new research type, but it will be good. I want to have a lot of different types so that we have a lot of control over how we do the research, because I think there's a lot of different times when you want different types. And then this is completing it. So if the type is single, do that business. Otherwise we do this. So we're going to have a weird combo of the two. So what we need to say basically is research level plus equals 1, but then if we say if research dot level is greater than or equal to global dot or research reference dot input dot size, then we say research dot complete is true. So essentially, if we've reached the final research in here, then yeah, then that means that it's complete. I won't really get rid of the input yet. Actually, we will here. So this is what we'll do. Research.input will be now equal to an empty thing again. Okay, wait, so we're gonna set it back to null. Right. We really always want to set this back to nothing, right? Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't we? So we might as well just say do that. I'll just keep that there just in case, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that that's what we want. Then we notify research. Okay, so that should work, hopefully. Now, that's just one part of it, though, because we still have to go change our researcher code. Also, you should try playing the game on a bigger UI to see if there's any clipping issues. Yeah, I could do that. I did actually fix some things with clipping recently. It's still going to be a little funny, but one thing that always annoyed me was that the research notify thing was behind the health. And I fixed it so it's not like that anymore. It'll always be on top. Welcome back, Ace. What's up? Okay. Oh, just hurt my freaking knee. My knee has been injured for a long time. I have this little like wound because I had to dive onto concrete like a week ago, and it totally just grated away my knee, and so it's yeah, it's taken a while to heal because it's right on the spot where you bend your knee, and so it's like every time I move my leg around, it totally messes with it, and that's why it's taking so long. But it's getting there. It's closing up slowly. All right, this should work, I think. I can't really test it, though, until I go modify the researcher, so we will do that right now. But yeah, essentially what this is going to do now is it's going to say, add the level. The level's greater than the size, which means it's done all the research, then we set it to complete. And it should up here be checking the correct level. Level should always exist with research, right? So it shouldn't ever be a case where this causes issues or causes it to crash. So we should be okay with that. So now we have to go back to the researcher and fix all that stuff. There's still more that we're gonna have to do even after we do the researcher, but we're getting there. Okay. So this is the researcher script. It's going to take a lot of messing around with to get it right. We'll get there. So we've got set research. So basically this is initially setting it, right? So as long as you have it, we say has set equals false. So for every single one in the input of the research reference, so this is adding all the items in. So this now we want to change from, yeah, we're going to have to modify this. So we're just going to have a thing that says var loop object. And then if search reference dot type is equal to dot research types dot tiered, then we're going to say loop object is equal to reference dot type or sorry, dot input research dot level. Okay, so what we do is we loop through everything in this current tier, right? So for J and research dot input, yeah. So we say if the name is true, and if it doesn't have it already, then we push it back with the right progress. Yeah, and then say otherwise. Set the new progress, right? Equals j dot progress. Okay. What's up, Fair? How's it going? So then this will say multiplier. So we won't actually use multiplier. Hello, everybody. My name is Multiplier. Loop object. I'm just making sure everything seems correct in here. Oh yeah, so cost multiplier won't actually exist in here. So it'll always just be 1, and 1 to the power of everything should always just be 1. So like 1 to the power of 9999 is just 1. So it doesn't matter what level it is. This will work. Okay, so that's set up with the setting. There's going to be a lot of funkiness that we're going to have to work through. We can see free time to do some stuff. Nice, that's always good. How's development going? Good, I'm just adding a new research type into the game for some research I want to do with the movers. So basically it like means that we can say, if I open up a little example thing. So like what it'll be like is, okay, mover research 1, mover research 2. So on 1 it'll cost, you know, gears, whatever. So we can basically just choose what it costs on each level of the research. And then on the second one, we'll say, just for fun, it'll cost wire. It won't actually cost wire, but you get the idea. It's just a way that we can change the recipe depending on the level of the research. And so that's sort of the whole idea with that. It's not infinite, and that's why it's a whole different thing. So basically it's like, maybe one tiered research has 2 levels, and then after that, it's done. You know, this is the whole research path. So not infinite. Infinite's already in the game, and that works just fine. But this is different from infinite research. This is like tiered research, as I call it, because it has multiple tiers, but it doesn't go on forever like infinite research. So yeah. So I just got to modify all this so that it works. This might actually work okay in here. Almost. I have to make one change here, though. We need this loop object thing. So if the name is the same and it doesn't have it, whatever. Yeah, that should work. This is what he goes to Triple A. He's been a funny guy, right? Give me this guy, freaking guy. I know, I'm a goofer. Goofy little goober. Okay, we might be really, really close to making this work. Can't say for sure. We'll be in a different category than building research. That's honestly probably... I don't know. You know, part of me is like, yes, but the other part is it's very similar to just regular single research, right? But I'll write it down as a possibility. We'll just have to mess around and see if it looks good, I guess, or feels right. But we're close. I have this item cost indicator thing, which I use for stuff, right? And so this has the research reference. So this will be weird. Okay, so infinite research just multiplies the amount, right? This one's peculiar though, right? Because I need to find amount, but it's because it loops through input. Okay, so that's okay. So item name is that. But find amount returns it through just the input, right? And so I need to pass a temporary. So I have to say array index equals. Let's just create another little function here that's find amount array, which is then index, and then we just say input index. And then that's going to be specific recipe dot level. So, okay. We might be ready. The game will probably crash, right? That's my assumption. I'd say we got a 75% chance of game crashing on load. Okay. So right here is... Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're just gonna have to go through all these, you know? It's gonna take a minute. I'm actually gonna say if it's also here, if it's infinite or tiered, right? And then what is this doing? This is adding the item cost indicators, right? I have to do that same thing that we do everywhere. Just with that loop object thing, right? Ooh. I'm going to do a thing in here. I'm going to find all the instances of just research. So there's 8. So research, there's 6 actually. If research.type. But that one's research.level. Oh yeah, let's just temporarily get rid of that. Okay. So I'm going to replace that with, how do I do that again? Do you guys remember how to replace? I haven't done a whole lot of that. I guess I just do it here. Can I just do, like, selection? How do I do this? I forget how to replace things because I never do it. Oh god. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Never mind. Let's, too scary, too scary. Ah, whatever. I'll just go through each one of these and replace it. It's not a big deal. I will answer a question in 1 second. Let me just to make sure that I don't lose track of where I am here. I just want these names here to be like consistent, you know. I'm fine with keeping research info though. I think that's okay. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good. All right. So let's recomment our thing in. So we're going to save research reference. Research. So now here, instead of that, we say loop object. All right. That should work. So, question, if anyone knows the answer. Is it bad to save resources in a dictionary? Now, some people don't like saving data through resources since they can contain bad things. Is what I'm doing a safer way. Yeah, so you're saving resources inside of a dictionary. I don't think there's really a problem with that. I guess, like, what would be your concern with doing that? Like, security or performance? Or I guess, like, kind of what's the thing that you're wondering about? Yeah, hopefully this will work now. Security, yeah. So what is the nature of this resource? So is it just for saving and loading your game, basically? Is that like sort of what you're trying to do with the dictionary and the resource inside of it? Yeah. I mean, there is always a risk with that. The only time when there is a security risk with saves like that is if you're giving other people saves, right? So if you're trying to set up a thing where people can be like, you know, or here, send me your save, right? And then they send you one of these. So like, for example, with my saving and loading, I do not do any resource saving. Just because there's a big risk with that, right? Because someone could modify that save file with the resource, your game could load it up just as normal, and now you're in big trouble. Because they can make your computer do things. Now, I don't remember if resources allow you to execute code. right? So it's probably not like super dangerous, but I need to make sure on this. Because I haven't really done a whole lot of resources, right? Because, you know, they contain data, but I don't know if they can actually execute code, right? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, so what I would make sure that you're doing is do not allow serialization, basically, is if you're doing resources as objects. Let me go find that one spot in the documentation. Saving games. Because there's a whole... The way I do it is, yeah, with like dictionaries and using getVar and storeVar, right? Which is binary serialization. Yeah, so it's with a dictionary. I know there's a function for the dictionary in here that's like... Or wherever it is. I think it's in this getVar function. So let me see if I can go find that. Yeah, it's in the file access. That's where it is, right? So there's this one thing here, allow objects, right? Deserialized objects can contain code which gets executed. Do not use this option if the serialized object comes from untrusted sources. Right, so that's the security warning with doing that, because if you allow objects, it can cause issues. Now, I don't know if a resource is an object, right? Because that might only be nodes that can execute code. I don't know if resources can execute code. Yeah. So I don't know if the resource is an object. Honestly, I would just mess around with it. As far as I can tell, I do not think that resources can execute code, because I think they only store data, right? It's hard to tell, though. Yeah, I think in this case, you just have to experiment. Try doing a resource that does execute code and see how that behaves with the getVar function, right? And see like what it does if you have allow objects as true or false. I think that would probably be the way that I would do that, and just honestly see for yourself how this works. It's hard to say exactly because, like, you know, would it work with a resource that doesn't run code? Would it work, like, so I don't know. It depends on a lot of things. So yeah, I would just mess around with that, see what you can figure out. Okay, so this is still crashing. Okay, let's do this. Hopefully that'll fix that crash now. Let's try it again. Mover speed. No, still happening. Invalid get name on base array. Okay. So loop object should be this. You'll definitely experiment, yeah. I think that's just going to give you the most obvious answers, is just actually seeing what it does, you know? So yeah, I would just set up a super basic little thing to just do get var on your dictionary that you save in a file. Which is honestly a really easy thing to set up. And yeah, just kind of mess around with different resources. Have one resource that... Also, my camera is doing a thing. Have one resource that has a bunch of code that could do things. You know, like maybe make it open command prompt, for example, because that would be very bad if that ever happened. And if you're able to do something like that, then yeah, just stick with regular dictionary stuff. Do not allow objects to be serialized, because last thing you'd want is for, you know, someone to have an issue with their game, they send you the save file, and your bank account info has been stolen. Right? You don't want that. Research reference type. So why is this dying? Let me restart the game just in case that's part of the problem. But it should say loop object is the research reference. And then research info.level. Man, this is going to be a hassle to get working, isn't it? Yeah, I do worry about this. On base array. Right, that's what's weird. I don't know what's like going on here or why it's doing that. So I'm just going to print what I is. Because it should be an array of an array, but if we're getting the index at an array, then it should like loop through the array that we passed instead of whatever it's doing. So that's why I'm confused on why this keeps crashing. So what did it print? Okay, so for somehow it's doing that, which is just not right. I don't know how that's happening, actually. It's very weird. Right, because it'll loop through the loop object. If it has research info, and if it's a tiered research, it should turn that loop object into a specific index in the array. Otherwise, it'll just loop through input. I guess the issue is what's happening is it's not running this, and so it's looping through input, and that's bad. So yeah, I think that's what needs to happen here. I think that's why I have this, where it says, like, get level 0 or whatever. So research info will be get research name. Basically means that there's no research info in it yet. Does that. Just seeing why it doesn't exist in there, because it should. So this is what it does when you do set research. It merges it there. But yeah, that's a problem for when there isn't any, right? So if it doesn't exist in there, then it should just default to level 0. It's essentially our problem right now. So this is what we're going to say. If it's tiered, then we're going to say if research info then we're going to set it to that. Otherwise, loop object will be that at index 0. So let's try that. Hopefully that works. Also, Genesis.exe, what's up? Sorry about the ad that played as soon as you hopped into the chat. Sorry about that. But welcome in. Yeah, just working on Starground. Working on a bunch of research system stuff right now. Maybe a little boring, but it's good to get that working. We're definitely going to run into a lot of crashes, you know, which is just to be expected. It's not a big deal. So that's interesting. So we did set research with item name. So this is where it happened. Oh, right, because there was no specific recipe. So we can't do find amount. I think this is what I need to do here. Index will be 0 by default. We're just gonna say if research reference dot input 0 is an array, then that means, right, tiered research. Then we go at index, then we do it. Some things are great, but some things are not, and things aren't like the first one. The pile's reaching higher, I think I want to retire, but I've never even gotten a pay stub. What's I gotta do? Okay, this should work. So we have to go modify find amount, which is no big deal. Alright, so let's try that again. I mean, she looks sick, but I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, animating takes a lot of work, but, you know, I try. I try to make them cool where I can. Okay, let's hope this doesn't crash. Oh, this is good news. So it's actually grabbed the right index on the materials, right? Now, it did crash again. It's okay. We get there bit by bit, right? Oh, duh. Yeah, that's just a stupid crash. Let's try this again. Battlefield Sprite looks like, yeah, I changed that earlier in the stream because it was annoying how it was always way too similar to the old biofuel sprite, right? Because we did like a little comparison between all the things we want to avoid it looking like. So yeah, I think it looks good now. It doesn't look like iron anymore, really, and it's still distinct enough from wood where I don't think it's very easy to get it confused, especially with like the line, you know, because wood doesn't have that. So yeah, I think it works. Yeah, I just wanted to fix that confusion because like some people were like, is this iron? I don't understand. And then before I changed it to what it is now, people were like, is this wood? I don't understand. So I needed to avoid both of those. Okay. So let's try this. We're going to do mover speed, start research. Don't crash. Okay, crashed. We're getting there bit by bit. It's just, you know, we're going to just have to keep crashing the game until we can work through all the issues, right? It's not a big deal. Yeah, this is what happened here, so... Yeah. Just got to do the same thing again with this, the loop object. Current progress. Okay, yeah, so that's that. So button research is the research table. So we're essentially just going to say this. So let's do this. We're going to say, so loop object should be by default current progress.input. But if the button research.type is tiered, then loop object will now be current progress.input. Oh, never mind. It'll be button research. Research, not declared. Oh. Okay. So the issue or why we're crashing here is this. It's accessing button research I. But obviously that does bad things. Yeah, so what I'm going to say here is input, and then we're going to say by default will be, well, we'll just do this. So if it's tiered, input will be equal to button research input I. Otherwise, it's equal to I guess this won't really work though. Okay, we're gonna have to do this. Yeah, this is quite odd here. Yeah, because it's looping through the input size, but that could be totally wrong, right? So we have to change what that's looping through. So honestly, I'm just going to do this. It's not actually bad for performance. It just means that we have more code. I'm just going to do my own custom progress calculation if it's tiered. It's just going to be easier this way, you know? So for range and that, current progress dot level. So I'm actually just going to do that because it doesn't matter. Okay. I'm also going to do this. So we're going to say here. Then here it's got to be different, right? Because it's not going to be input. It's going to be this one. Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm sure there's still going to be more places where the game crashes, and that's fine. You just keep working through every single instance. My can. It's empty. Or at least we can click on it, right? Ready? Oh, it didn't crash, guys. Okay, so that's very good, actually. Let's build our crafter. We need to make a processor. I think it's just one processor for it, yeah. And that actually loops through the correct items, so that's good. So let's research it, right? So what it should ideally do is change these to be different once this is done. Okay, mover speed has been completed, right? And now mover speed 2, which shows the gears that we need. Now it's weird because it shows 0, which is just not correct. I don't know why it shows that, but... And then we can start the research. Now it shows 1, so that's just a quirk I gotta fix. But let's start it again. And after this, it should say completed. Okay, it died. That's fine. Right. Anywhere I said level now is going to have to be modified. Unless I just fix that in the multiplayer script. Let's do that. So instead of actually incrementing the level, we're just going to say if level +1. Right. Yeah. Hopefully this works. So that's going to be the first one. Let's start it. Let's build our processor. Bang, boom. Let's get it going. So it should update, show 1 gear instead. Okay. Now if we click it again. Well, yeah, it doesn't update until we like reopen the menu or something, I think. Whatever. We'll fix the weirdness with updating. Didn't actually increment level, did it? Oh, right. That would be why. Let's, okay, well, it should be fine. Let's just do it again. We need another processor. I'm out of wire, though. Let me just reload the save. And then we have to make sure that after saving, it actually, like, applies this stuff, right? Okay, let's do our whole process again. So mover speed, let's start it. Then it should update in here, hopefully. It'll still show 0 out of 0 gears, so we will fix that. We'll figure out how. Yeah, but now it shows mover speed 2. So that's good, right? So let's start it, put another gear in, and it should just show complete, not crash. Please, please, please. Oh, shoot. It shows complete. Might have done it. So let's save this. It should be fine to load it back in. Right? And we're freaking good. Now, I really should have saved a copy of this world before I just did that. That was honestly a pretty big mistake. Because now I can't test other stuff. But we can correct it. I can modify my save. Now, I think I actually do want it to not work this way, though, of how I just set it up. And the reason is because it's going to mess with the calculation with the level. So I actually do need to make it increment level always. Right here. Which is okay. It's going to crash the game. We're going to have to go fix it everywhere, but it's going to be better. So here's what I'm going to do. It's going to be annoying to have to redo all my research, but I don't really care. Because we're testing things, right? So I'm going to go to the multiplayer setup, and I'm going to go to where we do load continue. Or continue load, whatever it is. And where we load our research info, I'm just going to not do it. Right? And so this will essentially reset all of our research progress on this save now. So when we load in, we do not have any research, which is fine. Because I've got to work out this stuff. Now we can redo it, but yeah. So I'm going to save this as this test, no research. Okay. So I want to make it so it doesn't crash anymore, obviously, when we increment the level. Basically, all that entails is just checking the value of level, right? And we're just going to have to go through and do all that. That's good enough. I'm actually going to save this again. So first research works just fine. I'm actually also going to check and see if I can see why this doesn't update to show 1 gear. Right, because that's kind of annoying. So let's go check on that. So that's going to be in the research controller, this thing. So I only do that if I actually do reset, whatever. Because I do it on ready. Yeah, requires. And then I add all the things, yeah. So these preview requirements are where I do it. So, I mean, it should work, right? I think it's just something with this item cost indicator that's not working. Which is fine, you know? So what it should be doing in update details, it should say the string is the required amount, whatever, all that business, right? So on ready, it does update details. Oh, required amount is supposed to be... Yeah, it should be working. Search references, linked recipe. Oh, I'm doing it in process, so it happens all the time. Okay. So it's basically just saying linked recipe is wrong. So it should be doing that, actually, though. Yeah, but it's not. That's the problem. And it starts doing it as soon as I do start the thing, which is what's weird, right? Ah, it's because I do it in here for each input, right? And that's why it doesn't work. So we have to figure out how to get around that. How could I do that? Just thinking here. Okay, so yeah, essentially I'm resetting input every time because it sets it to whatever the new input is, which is fine. So merge level 0. Yeah, it's because they're right here. Right, I mean, that's why. That sets input to nothing. Yeah, it's odd that it works with, like, the regular researches, like these. Like, it never causes any issues. But for some reason with this one, though, resetting the input just breaks it all. Now I need to figure out why that's the case, I guess. I guess it's because otherwise required amount is just find amount. And so for the single ones, it doesn't matter if there's no specific resource or recipe, I mean. I think there's a better way I could do this instead of just looping. Because, like, all this, I just have to say that, right? I'll just say if this doesn't do anything, return 0. Refined amount. And that should just work fine, honestly. Shouldn't matter. Yeah, so it just works. I don't know why I do it this way. Why did I set it up like this? Because if it has the recipe, then I just say, okay, we'll find the amount. I guess it's just for the current amount is why I do that, which is fine to keep that. Right, but it's kind of stupid for the required amount, though. Yeah, so this should be much better. So basically we say get the right amounts with the levels and whatnot. And then we say if there is a current amount, though, set that to the current amount. Otherwise it's just 0 by default. Yeah. So that should work wonders. I'm just going to load into the save again, just to make sure that it seems all good, you know? So we've got the 0 out of 1 on both of those. Let's grab our processor. Oops. Start mover speed research. Actually going to take one item out. I want to make sure this shows 50% properly. It should. I don't see why it wouldn't, but yeah. And then once this is done, it should update to 0 out of 1. Yes. And now we can start mover speed 2, right? Because it's level 2. And then when this finishes, it will crash, but we're going to start working out those crashes. So what's happening is just because level is greater than the size of the array, right? Which is okay. I think essentially what I'm just going to do on all these is say min, either the level. So, hey, Settlix, thank you so much for the raid. How's it going? Let me give you a shout out right here. What's up? How's it going, everybody? Yeah, thanks so much for that. I really appreciate that. How's your stream today? It's over well. It was pretty chill today. Nice. Stuck on game dev, so I did some therapeutic bot dev. Yeah. Nice, nice. Always good to hear. Cool. Yeah, I'm just working on Starground. What I'm currently sort of working on is adding what I'm calling tiered research. So with how the research is in the game right now, there's basically two kinds. So there's your research where it's like, okay, you want to unlock this building. I don't know why I drew my question mark like that. Weird. You want to unlock this building. In order to unlock that building, you need these items. You need wood. You need stone or whatever, right? And that's kind of how it like works. I don't know why that stone's so thick. Okay. And that's easy. It makes sense. There's also the infinite research. So it's like to unlock this modifier. So say it's like plus 20% or whatever. Then you just keep putting the same resources in, like, oh, I don't know, a plastic bar and a copper ingot. And then you just keep doing that forever, and that's infinite research. What I'm essentially adding is a third type that'll help us with specific things. So this is basically saying, do the modifier also like infinite research? But the recipe changes depending on the level of that research. So level 1 maybe is 1 piece of wood. But then level 2 is something harder, so it's like a gear, you know. And maybe level 3 is even harder. Maybe level 3 is like, you know, an oil barrel. So it gives me the ability to have infinite research, but change the recipe. And another feature of this is that it does end. It's not infinite like this one, right? Because otherwise I'd have to have infinite different recipes to put in. So after it reaches this third recipe point, it's done. Like this one will just keep going on forever and ever, and it'll reach whatever level you want. But this is as soon as you reach the last defined resource, like level 3, the research is complete. So that's why I call it tiered, because it's basically the same research that has multiple tiers to it. So yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. So far it's going pretty well. There is a few funnies that I have to fix with it crashing, but I think this is good though. The whole reason why I'm doing this right now is for movers. Here, we'll create a blackboard so it's nicer to look at. So we got like... We have our conveyors, and there's multiple kinds of conveyors. So we have conveyor V1 up here, and then we have conveyor V2, which is faster. We'll put more arrows for more speed, right? The problem is that all of our movers in the game, right, and they're basically like inserters or whatever you want to call them, they move items off of the conveyors into buildings. You know, so this is a collector. And it moves these items off of the conveyor into the mover, into the collector, which is great. But this is always locked in at V1 speed. So my options are either this, like I could make a billion different movers. I could go through and make, you know, V1, V2, V3, but it really starts to clog everything up because we also have the long range mover. And so we'd also have to have a V1 and V2, V3 of that. And so it just gets kind of stupid because now you have to have a million different versions of every single building and it's just a mess. So what I'm doing instead is just making a mover speed research. So it's going to be that tiered research like we talked about. And then every time you upgrade it, it essentially says, The mover's still the same building, but now its speed is moved to V2 speed. And so you can keep upgrading your movers to match the speed of these higher level conveyors. You know, so now if you have a V2 going into this, this will act... this will have V2 speed. It's just gonna help with not clogging up the build menu with a million things, you know. So yeah. That's why I added this whole research, so... I'm still gonna have the V2 conveyors and stuff, and it's just because there's good reasons to have the ability to limit speed, and that's what the conveyors are essentially for. Like, say we have a super fast V2 conveyor. It's better to draw this out. We have an ultra fast V, you know, 5 conveyor, and it's blazing down and shooting out items. And say you have some furnaces over here, right, that are smelting. But you don't want, like, all of these resources to all route this way, right, if you use a splitter. So you can use a slow conveyor. And so that's like a very slow conveyor with your splitter here, and then you branch it off, right, like this. So you can still have your blazing fast resources kind of moving through, but you can purposely choose to use a slow conveyor so that you don't suck up all the resources for one line. And that's why I'm not adding this research for conveyors. That's why I'm only doing it for movers, because I want to have the ability to actually limit the speed in some cases. So yeah. Hopefully that all makes sense. It's a whole bunch of stuff, but yeah. And with that, there'll also be V2 conveyor and stuff. But I just don't want to clog it with movers, since movers are kind of the thing that I might have, like, variants, like offshoots. And so I don't want to have 50 different movers for all the speeds, you know? It's fine to have it for conveyors, because there's only ever going to be one type of conveyor. There's only ever going to be one type of underground conveyor. And so having a couple V2s of that isn't a big deal, but I just don't want a million movers in here. So yeah. Accelerated card upgrades. Yeah, it's sort of like that. It doesn't exactly act as like an upgrade card, because you don't have to actually put it into the system, but it's that idea basically, yeah. Explain well. I think that's Wes' design direction. Yeah, anything to prevent too much clutter. Yeah, well, that's always good. Yeah. Yeah, just hopefully it keeps things relatively under control with how many buildings there are. So, also, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. And yeah, now it's really just a matter of having to go through and fix these crashes. Because that's one issue that we're running into here now. It's not a big deal or anything, but, you know. Yeah, there's going to be all sorts of spots where this does happen, and it's okay. We will keep working away at it. So yeah, it's going to scream at me on all these. I'm not going to worry about it, though. Yeah, basically anywhere where we mention this dot. So I'm just going to do a global search on this and look for that. Because that's the only time that it would actually be causing us issues. Oh yeah, we don't have to do all that. We do want to match case, though. So all of these is where we're doing it. So there we already fixed it. That's good. So this node is set up. Now this loop object, we have to fix this, right? Because we have to say, okay, we fixed that already. So we're good there. Now research button, this has not been fixed. I don't think. Some of these we don't have to, because this will only happen if It needs to. But I'll probably do it here just in case. So yeah, this is if it's tiered. So current progress dot level. And then current. Well, let's see. Button research. Okay. Yeah, instead of doing all these, I think I'm just going to say this. Level is that, and then now I can just say, yeah, put level on all these. Hey, Mars 19, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate that. Let me give you a shout out. Welcome in. How's it going? 2 raids, pretty close to each other. That's always awesome. How's it going? How's your stream today? How's release? How's the Steam algorithm treating you? Yeah, it's gone pretty well, honestly. Yeah, things have gone well. We hit the 50 review threshold for very positive rating, which is awesome. That happened actually really fast, which is cool. I think that was in the first like 2 weeks, so I'm pretty happy with that. That was honestly like kind of, I would say, the biggest goal that I wanted to hit. Of course, money is cool, but I think like not to give specifics about money, because that's always kind of weird. That's like personal info, but I've made a nice amount. An amount that I'm very happy with, and I think that's what's good, right? So, yeah. It's gone really well. I'm glad with how things are going. It's enough money for where I can be like, this is a worthwhile thing for me to actually keep working on. Which is good. Because that was always going to be kind of like the gauge of this, of like, you know, I'm going to work on it if I make enough money to work on it. And yeah, so far I have been making enough money, which is great. And yeah, I mean, with that, it's basically just kind of like, well, I'm just going to keep working away at it then until it's ready for full release, right? Because there's no reason not to. As long as I'm enjoying it, I guess, is really the only thing that matters then. So, yeah. It's honestly pretty nice. Yeah, it's going good. Just gonna have to see how whatever next, how that goes. Hopefully, you know, release goes well and stuff eventually when I get around to that. I don't know when that's gonna be, you know, I mean, I've definitely been thinking about it, but it's probably gonna be a bit longer. Just because I want to make sure that this is like fully good and ready to go. I don't want to just like abandon Starground and start immediately on the next game, you know, when it's not even released. So, but with release, that's kind of the point where I can reasonably move fully kind of over to another game. You know, because it's done, the game's in release, and obviously I'll probably keep updating it and stuff from time to time, but it just feels like I would be cheating everybody that bought the game if I didn't wait until release to move on, you know? So that's kind of like the idea, I guess. So I'm just gonna make sure this works. All the changes that I just did, it should prevent it from crashing when the level's too high. And that was sort of the issue we were running into. with the tiers. But it should be okay now. I hope. Yeah, we're good. So, should be pretty much it. Seems like everything works really well. So that's pretty freaking awesome. I actually have to test this now and see like what the mover speed value is. Like for example, we do it right down in here. We say efficiency level. So I'm just gonna have to do essentially that same thing in here. So let me go to the movers, and then we can just modify the code. It should be pretty easy to do, actually. But yeah. Now, let's see here. Basically do this. Whenever the speed actually matters, we'll do it. I'm pretty sure I have it doing tweens in here. Maybe not? Oh, I don't. Okay. Well, this is our position calculation, so essentially just get mover speed, right? And then we're just going to say that times... our upgrade speed, so whatever upgrade speed is, we'll set it by default to. So, thank you for... Oh, freak. I actually got water. Yeah, but let me read through all this. I think I missed some comments. Water. Game got buried, but way smaller scope and way less marketing, so that was expected. Yeah. Carmel hopefully goes better participating in Next Fest with it to get some additional exposure. Nice, yeah. Next Fest is honestly massive for Starground and like just wishlist count. It basically doubled the wishlist count, which is great. So definitely recommend Next Fest. I think it's free and it's a great opportunity to get a bunch more people to play. Yeah, I would definitely say the thing with like that I've noticed just with getting games out is like you've got to compete with what is on the market. I think Starground has done okay because it's got a pretty full set of features. It's not a very special game or very interesting game in the sense that it's not very unique, but where it makes up for uniqueness is just the combination of what it has, because it has automation and it has dungeoning and it has multiplayer, and so all of those things combined kind of makes it very alluring to a large number of people, and that's I think why it's been able to kind of do okay. But yeah, I would definitely say it either has to be that kind of situation where it's just so many people might want to play it that just by pure statistics you end up with people wanting to play it, or it's extremely interesting and you have a cool, unique idea that no one's done before. So those are really, I think, the two options in today's industry. And yeah, with marketing, I would definitely say, like, you know, you have to market. You have to advertise and do whatever, make videos, tweet about it, send out keys to people. That was honestly one of the biggest things for marketing, is like having other people do the marketing for you. But I think the other part of it is you have to have things in your game that is marketable. And the way I've been thinking about that or doing that is like, think about the video in the context of like a YouTube thumbnail. What feature are YouTubers going to be able to advertise to their viewers? Like, and that's one of the reasons why I added something like the nuke, because it's really easy to be like, I blew up everything in this automation game. Like, there has to be things in the game that might not be the best for gameplay, but it's a very marketable feature, you know? And I think that has helped with Starground, is like the Tree of Wisdom and just kind of weird, stupid stuff like that, but it's very intriguing. It is a good way to increase your game's marketability. And I think that's a really important thing. Is you have to market, but your game has to be marketable. So, yeah. Hopefully that makes sense, though. But yeah, so we already have next game waiting to start working on. How many bug fixes post-release? Yeah, I mean, there's definitely going to have to be bug fixes I'm going to have to do after Starground. I have been working on bug fixes for early access release. It's gone pretty well. Luckily, there hasn't been any huge issues with the game. Really, everything I've been fixing is just kind of like, hey, this weird little thing happens when I do this, but it doesn't really matter. So that's good. Yeah, next game, I mean, I'm thinking about it. I don't exactly know which one is next. It's always hard to say. But it'll be something. Yeah. Because I have to eventually, like, do that. Get the next game going. And as much as I love working on Starground, all games eventually reach their end. It'll get to the point where people just don't buy the game anymore. I'll probably get to the point where I'm tired of working on the game. And so I do have to have a plan for when that time comes. So, I don't know yet. It's just something I'm going to have to think about a lot more. So... equals 1.0. Then we're going to say if upgrade speed. Then speed upgrade is equal to speed.level. What I'm going to do is this. We're going to say power of 2.0 to level. So let me make sure this checks out with the math. So if it's 2 to the power of 0, that should be 1. Good. But if it's 2 to the power of 2, then it'll be 4. Well, that doesn't work. Basically what I want this to be is it's 2 when level is 1. Oh, which does work. Never mind. Let's see, upgrade is that. Alright, I hope this all works. And yeah, that's gonna scream, but don't worry about it. So let's try this again. That makes total sense, get that hype going, even if, as you say, based on a nuke that just exists in the game, yeah. Yeah, there just has to be things for people to market your game with. Including you. You have to have things that you can market it with, you know. That's just kind of how, like, that must work. Because there's this interesting thing I see, and I used to believe it also. Marketing is not the same as marketability. It's extremely difficult to market your game if there's nothing to market, you know. And a lot of people blame it to, oh, I just didn't market enough. But the issue that I've started to realize is that it's really not usually how much you marketed, but it's just how much you were able to market based off of what the game is. So I think that's a very important thing to think about. Okay, so when I upgrade this, movers should start to move fast enough to deal with a V2. Oh yeah, you can see they've already increased their speed. So let's give it a try. I think it's finally in the game. Oh right, I don't have better automation. You have to make a bunch of gears right now. Where's my iron? It's down here. Looks like it's totally working though, so that's awesome. Let's start making some gears. Let's just get started on this. And then the next thing with that is, not much else. I just have to now add in the other versions of everything, so yeah. Is there plans for digital storage in Starground? I kind of would like to. It's tricky though. I've always thought about, like, it would be really cool to have some kind of ME system, like in AE2, because I love AE2, and I've always loved using the ME system, but the only issue with that is it does kind of make things, like, too easy. Because if you just dump everything into your digital storage and then route it around to wherever you need it, that is pretty basic and easy. I think I might do it as, like, a very end game thing, you know? Like one of the final researches that you do in the entire game. Like way later on, not soon or anything, but... And I think that would be kind of cool. So yeah, if... Eventually, I think I'll do that route. Of it just being a super advanced late game thing. Have early access sales been? They've been good, yeah. I mean, I guess I'm allowed to... The quantity that has been purchased is around an approximate figure of 3,000. It's not the exact value, so we're okay. So that's pretty good. I have to be careful with these numbers, because I don't know if I'm really supposed to say exact numbers with the contract and stuff that I have with my publisher, and so I just want to err on the side of caution. But you can kind of... Really all you need is a rough estimate, which is, yeah, what we're at. So approximately 3,000, which is pretty nice, honestly. You know, so you could extrapolate, like, some estimated profits if the game sold for $9 on sale for launch, you know. You know, you can kind of start to do some calculations. So yeah. But it's gone well. I just have to keep working away at it. I think a big dungeoning update would definitely be nice. And kind of like, hopefully, incur resurgence of like YouTubers doing content and stuff. There's a whole new branch of the game to go check out, so I would like to do that. Oh yeah, these have to be V2s. Alright, so let's see if this works. You ready for this? We're gonna put in stone, and it should keep up. Oh yeah. Alright, mover upgrade has been acquired. I'm glad about that. So now your movers can finally keep up with fast belts. Now long-range movers are just naturally slower, so they won't fully keep up, but they are still twice as fast, so, you know, that's good. I don't think I want long-range movers to actually be the same speed as regular movers, because I think it just makes sense that it would take longer for it to move a longer distance, you know. Yeah, that works really well, so I'm very happy about that. And we could upgrade it again, you know, let's, obviously this research is stupid cheap. But if we do another research, you can see it'll probably get even faster. Yeah, look how fast that's going now. So this is where we can finally get into a V3 conveyor. I think it's about time. Because I've seen some factories that are just like multiple V2s stacked up for throughput, and I think it would actually be kind of beneficial to have a V3 at this moment in time. And with how optimized conveyors keep getting, I think, yeah, it would be fine. I need to do all those same optimizations to the movers, because they're kind of bad, I'm not gonna lie right now, in terms of performance. Of course they work well and all that, but yeah, they kind of run like garbage, so I really want to improve upon that. And yeah, there's honestly all sorts of ways I could like optimize this, because I wonder if what I could do is emit a signal and have the mover check for that before the conveyor gets to do its code. I just don't know about how signals work in terms of ordering, so we'll have to see about that. But yeah, could be interesting. Could open us up for a whole new array of options here. Now, one thing that I bet people are going to start doing, which is, it's kind of inevitable, but is this setup. Because now that we have fast movers, they're going to use the movers as conveyors. Because movers are going to be cheaper than the high-tier conveyors, right? So we have options. I could make it so that movers can't do that, right? But I don't know. I don't think I really want to do that. Because then it means that you can't use your movers, you know? I'm trying to think of, like, I mean, the way that, like, games like Factorio deals with that, it doesn't really. Because you can do this exact same thing in Factorio with inserters. You can just have them all move in a line and move items across. And it is actually slightly faster than using conveyors. So I'm just going to kind of hope that people aren't going to do that out of annoyance and out of, you know, difficulty to set up. Because, of course, the problem is whenever you do this, you can't do this. Movers cannot go to the side. Like, you can't extract from this. And so it's kind of like, you know, if you want to set up all the work to use movers as conveyors, then so be it. It is kind of fun, though, because we can set up, like, setups that are super fast. You know, so it just, like, unloads all the items super quick. Which is kind of cool. I mean, I've got no gripes with that. Is there a way for a building to tell whether it's being hovered over? I think I do most of that hover code through, like, from the player side. But let me check. I think I actually set a variable that says on hover or whatever, or hovered equals true. Let me double check that, though. Yeah, so I set this variable on the object hovered equals true, so that actually works for any object, which is good. So you can check if it's being hovered over. Yeah, if modding becomes like a thing, I'm definitely going to have to like add more things like that for modding. And maybe things that I don't even think will be useful, because that's the thing with modding. You don't really know what modders might need. So we're gonna quality of life mod, nice. Also, like, for anybody that is interested, I mean, if someone makes a really cool mod, I'm not opposed at all to adding it into the game. Right? The only thing with that is, like, the potential for being, like, sued or whatever, right? Because I know that was one issue with Mojang, and they're, like, using what people have suggested, because I think they had some legal issues with that or something. But as long as you're okay with signing away all of your rights to a mod to become part of the base game, then yeah, that offer's always open, right? I just have to make sure people fully understand, though, that it means they don't own a part of the game because it's no longer their IP or whatever, right? So, of course, I said all of that, and an ad has started, so. You might have an ad blocker, though. Who knows? Do you have an ad blocker? I do. I'm not afraid to say it. I think ads are stupid. Of course, I want to support people streaming, but at the same time, ads are stupid. You know, with Twitch is a way to bypass ads right now? Oh yeah, what is it? About the corner stream to a picture-in-picture window and unmute that. So there's no controls when it's popped out. Okay. Interesting. And then it just doesn't play ads? Unmute that and mute the mainstream. Okay. So ads still go, but you can watch and listen to the stream. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting. It's a a nice hack. Okay. Well, we've completed the goal of the stream. We added faster machines. I should have specifically said faster movers, but, you know, a mover is a machine, so yeah, we're okay. I think it's time to actually go set the recipes for these. Right? I want these to be pretty expensive. Because this is a big research. I mean, this is, you know... I think I'll probably make it cost a rotor. Because honestly, it doesn't seem to really be a problem until later on. So I'm going to make it cost 20 rotors, I think, and 10 processors. And then level 2 is going to be even more expensive. I don't even have the items for level 2 yet, you know? So no idea what I'm going to do with that. We'll have to figure that out. But yeah, it's around 7 o'clock. I do have to, leave. Because I'm going to meet with some goobers. And also I gotta go eat pizza. Because it's dinner time. So yeah, I'm probably gonna end off there. A little shorter today because I was late, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Yeah. Next stream, I kind of want to get, like, I'll probably add conveyors tonight and do all that. Next stream, I would like to add boats. Right. And I don't, hopefully that won't be too bad. You know, the lovely thing about this stuff that I'm doing now is that it'll just kind of works with multiplayer. Movers being faster and conveyors, it's all handled on the client, or the server. So the clients don't have to change much, which is always nice. But, you know, as soon as I do boats, that's going to be a little bit more complicated for multiplayer stuff, although hopefully not too bad, because I actually control player movement on, like, the player's perspective. So if you're the server, you're this guy, you control the movement, and that's the same for everybody. So, like, even if someone connects to the server, they still control their own movement. And so the boat stuff hopefully isn't going to be that bad, actually. But yeah, we'll see. Might be a little funny with some things, but hopefully it's not that bad. But yeah. That's going to be it for today's stream then. We got that in, and this allows us to do all sorts of other researches too. You know, maybe there's one that makes your furnaces faster or something, you know, it could be anything. Right, we've just opened up a whole new branch of stuff. So, who knows what's next, right? It could be whatever we want. So yeah, that is gonna be it for today's stream. Yeah, let's go pick somebody to raid. Next stream I'll try to do the full length. It's just, sometimes it's hard to get here on time. It's hard to get... Shut up, me. But yeah, I try my best. I do apologize. But yeah, who do we want to raid? We can just look at some different people here.
Kitchen. She's making some.
Finn is streaming.
Bot did it. I'm pretty sure the bot did that.
He's doing like some 3D modeling stuff, it looks like. So that's cool. Could maybe rate him. Let's see who else is maybe. Shut up, me. There's also this person. I don't think I've seen them yet. They're a part of the team. Hypnotic Games. They're doing ferrets. At least looking at ferrets. They're drawing ferrets.
Yeah, so maybe.
Probably the pirate software ferrets. Can I add a modding channel? There is a modding channel. Let me show it to you right now. So here, if you have to sign up for the role here. So there's where is it? What, is it not here? So has no one been able to see? Oh, right, yeah, modding. No. Modding is locked off to alpha testers, but doesn't have to be like that anymore. I forgot about that. I'm gonna be real. So let's not make this private anymore. All right, you should be able to see the modding tab now here. There's mod downloads, there's modding info, and modding general. Yeah. So this should be good. There's a lot of old info in here about stuff. Let's attach the log file too. Okay. Yeah, nothing here seems odd. All right. Yeah, hopefully you can see the modding channel now. Mod downloads, modding info, modding general. Yeah, you're welcome to put your mod into mod downloads whenever it's ready. I'm assuming that you're just decompiling the game and like gonna send like a PCK. So, which is totally fine for now until I actually add real modding support. And yeah, that should be all good here. All right. Anyways. Gonna use the use the mod loader if you can. I don't know how that's gonna like interact with multiplayer and stuff. Yeah, that's the thing. I looked at that, but it was broken for 4, so I would love to use it, but if it's broken for 4, then you know, I can't really. I want modding support to be like good. But yeah. Who do we want to raid? Let me check like the last time I raided these people. Looks like Finn might have just gotten raided or something. It's 32 people. Let's raid Hypnotic. I've never seen this guy. Alright. I am gonna go raid them. Wait on a fix from the engine itself, and it'll be fixed for Dome Keeper as well. Oh yeah, I love Dome Keeper. I play that game a lot actually. That was one of the first games I've actually seen that used Godot, and I was like, oh, that's epic, because I didn't even realize at first, but then I started using Godot, and I'm like, I recognize that default Godot font. So yeah, it's funny. All right, well, I'm gonna go raid Godot Games. Thank you everybody for coming to the stream. Be sure to join the Discord server. There's a bunch of stuff over there. Announcements for updates. We've got mods now that you can download if it works out. We'll see. What else? Sneak peeks sometimes. You know, channels for programming if you need help with Godot or whatever. You can leave suggestions and issues for Starground. So it's kind of the hub for everything. So yeah, we're gonna go raid Hypnotic. Thanks everybody, appreciate it. Buy Starground now if you want. It's $10 on Steam. It's full multiplayer. And yeah, this update I hope will come out tomorrow after stream, after we do like the boats and faster conveyors and stuff. So yeah. All right, I am going to start the raid. We gotta wait 9 seconds. But yeah, thanks again, everybody. Have a good rest of your day or night. I'm gonna eat pizza. Talk to the gamers about dungeon stuff, and we'll see from there. Yeah. All right, thank you, everybody. Raid messages, big boy raid, you know, whatever works. All right, bye-bye. Oh, wait a second, because I don't know if, like, the delay is, like, weird when I'm streaming and then I start the raid and it just, like, gets randomly cut off. So sometimes I just will keep talking for a little bit longer. Okay, we're going to stop the stream now.